So in this episode, we're just gonna take it easy. Take it easy. When you get into the gym, no need to be a hero. Don't whack on the weights. Just concentrate on your form and full range of motion. It's so important. Just like we mentioned in the intro video, you don't want to form these habits too early because they are hard to break. And lifting too heavy is one. So take it easy. When you're in the gym, just focus on the full range of motion. Make sure the bar is all the way down, touching the chest. You're pressing it all the way up. You're extending, bicep curls, everything. You're always going to the full range of motion. Even the squats. Make sure the hips are going lower than the knees. Just concentrate on your movement, your form, and your range of motion. Making sure that you can control the weight is so important to understand earlier on. If you cannot control the weight and the weight is kind of controlling you, you have to sway a little bit, then it's too heavy. Just go light and get that form back. And I know what you're thinking, but no one cares. In the gym, no one really cares. They're just doing their own thing and you just do yours. Put your headphones on, put your music on, whatever you have to do, but just focus on what you need to do. Because everyone else is at different levels, they've started at different times, they've got different ideas, they've got different sort of goals as you. So you just concentrate on what you're doing, get your form correct. And then once you need to upskill, you've completed level 1, then you go to level 2, then you add some weight. You don't want to get into the gym and go bang, level 7. It doesn't work like that. So make sure, just relax and start from the very beginning and then work your way up. So I'm glad I got that out the way because I'm such a believer in those 4 things. Just concentrate on what you're doing. Make sure you can control the weight. You're controlling it in the full range of motion and your form is pristino. So the next one we want to talk about is the frequency that we want to train at. This is really dependent on you, your workload, your personal life, your lifestyle, but I highly recommend trying to get at least between 3 and 4 sessions a week. There's no need at all to be training every single day. Rest is so important. If you are a complete beginner, then I'll probably train every second day. Have 1 day on, 1 day off. Make sure in the day off that you're resting and then you can hit the other body parts the following day. Making sure that each week you're completing every single sort of movement, row, hinge of the hips, you're pressing, you're targeting every single muscle group and movement. Don't just do chest, please. So, 3 to 4 times a week, or just do 1-on-1. So 1 day on, 1 day off. So make sure you are resting. Resting is just as important as training. And with rest comes sleep. I know, sleep is very important and it's always mentioned, but it's always the one that keeps slipping. So make sure you have some kind of sleep routine. So, by routine, what I mean is that you go to sleep at the same time every night and you wake up at the same time every morning. I know for some of you, maybe your work may affect that, but just try and have some kind of structure in your sleep. Between 8 and 9 will be very optimal. The next one is soreness. Now, of course, as a beginner, you're most likely going to wake up sore the next day because your body or your muscles aren't used to that kind of resistance, that kind of movement even. But remember, being sore doesn't mean you had a great workout. So try not to measure your workout by how sore you are the next day. In reality, being sore isn't the best thing because 1, it actually prevents you from training again because you don't want to retrain something that's already sore. You want to give that body part or muscle group time to recover so it's not sore again. If it's sore, it means that it's stressed out. So it can lead to injuries. I know the feeling though, when you're sore, you feel like it's that instant sort of gratification that you've done something, but it doesn't mean if you aren't sore, it doesn't mean that there's nothing sort of happening behind the scenes. So do not strive to be sore. That is one thing you need to understand as well before you go training. If you're an experienced trainer, Hopefully you aren't being sore all the time and you're not striving to be sore. So these are basically the essentials, I believe, that you need to know before you step into the gym. I guess we've covered a lot of the psychology side of training, but they're definitely really important to know and understand before you go to train. And I know a lot of you will relate to a few of these. So remember, just start at level 1, start at where you're at. Try not to jump the gun. Don't try and jump a few levels. Start at the beginning, and little steps is more productive than big leaps. I'll see you guys in the next episode.